Under what circumstances may a court terminate a parent's visitation rights? We explore that question in Roberts v. Roberts. Jeffrey and Sonja Roberts married and had 2 children. They later divorced. Sonja was awarded physical custody of the children, but Jeffrey retained generous visitation rights. Jeffrey then moved to North Carolina, where he lived with his new wife. Sonja moved to suspend or modify Jeffrey's visitation rights, arguing that continued visitation between Jeffrey and the children wasn't in the children's best interests. Evidence adduced at the hearing on Sonja's motion established that Jeffrey told the children that Sonja was an adulterer and a fornicator and that she would go to hell. Jeffrey occasionally told the children that they would also go to hell for disobeying him. Jeffrey instructed the children to call his new wife Mom because she was godly, whereas Sonja was a sinner. Sonja testified that the children pretended to be sick to avoid going to Jeffrey's. The children were scared of Jeffrey because he threatened them and spanked them. One of the children's teachers testified that there was a noticeable change in the child when he was required to visit Jeffrey. Finally, a clinical psychologist testified that Jeffrey's condemnation of Sonja upset the children. The trial court found that continued in-person visitation with Jeffrey wasn't in the children's best interests. Accordingly, the trial court terminated Jeffrey's in-person visitation. The trial court allowed Jeffrey to speak with the children by phone at prearranged times. Sonja was allowed to monitor those calls and could terminate them if Jeffrey engaged in inappropriate behavior. Jeffrey appealed to the Virginia Court of Appeals. He argued that the trial court's order violated his right to freely exercise his religion.